Hello, hello. 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 Do. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. Cool. We are about to converse with the hunter and the emissary. Let's do it.
So it's finally happened, hasn't it? I had a feeling when you slipped through my grasp at New Atlantis. But I'm a step behind, aren't I?
You're starborn. More than that. You're reliving your old life.
Is this even the first time we're having this conversation? It's not, is it? Oh, you are in deep.
You could have told Constellation what you are, but you didn't. Why? No, but you owe yourself one. Do you think pretending to be your old self is what's best for you?
I'll let it go.
Don't have to say anything to either
We've
of you.
all retraced ourselves a few dozen or so times. I say we play along with your little reincarnation. The more freedom you have, the more new things happen.
Really?
You're starborn. And all of us need to be responsible for the fact that we're visitors in this universe.
Lies. We have as much right to be here as anyone.
But do we have the right to turn another universe into our playground? You had the power to tell your friends the truth, and you chose not to.
There's that hypocrisy again. How much easier would your first time through the Unity have been if the emissary had told you the truth? Did their threats from the shadows keep your universe safe from the Starborn? No, it didn't. We each get to decide what's right and wrong for us. That's the freedom the Unity offers. Exactly. That's what we all want, isn't it? Who needs rules when we have infinity?
If you insist on walking this path, then walk it fully. Go to the moon. Follow its secrets to the next artifact. Maybe remembering what happens to Earth will give you focus. Very well. You'll also need to return to Constellation and find the artifacts in the They'll be expecting you to tell them about the Unity.
And it might be best to give them the version where you're still human, and not a Starborn that's been lying to them this whole time.
I haven't been lying to them. They know I am.
The artifacts hold many secrets.
I wonder. Let's go try. Okay, this may be crazy.
The Unity is meant for whomever can get there.
That was weird. Not what I thought it would do. Let's go back. Anybody else curious like I was? Let's go. I want to go to the moon. Let's see if he attacks again. No. What planet did we come to? Forum 3? Let's go to the lodge. That sounds fun.
Security here is so visible. I suppose it makes people more comfortable. Most people, anyway. Hmm? Yes? Yes, of course. If you wish to know more, I will be here. Very good.
He's got our eyes closed.
Wonder what what has happened while we have been away.
Mateo told us about your pilgrim's voyage.
You found it, didn't you? The meaning of unity. Wait, say that again? Multiple universes?
You can't possibly mean what I think you mean.
Yes, I wouldn't mind a little more detail. I don't even want to think about the physiological changes you'd need to travel between universes. Plus what it would do to the mind? Enlightenment? Or oblivion? Like the Hunter.
You have the opportunity to reach the closest thing to your god that might exist. And you're second-guessing it?
One doesn't approach the afterlife without some trepidation. You're right. We have to see the unity for ourselves.
Not to make a sharp turn in a grand tale, but I got the eye fixed up. Bruised, but still blinking. Let me know when you're ready to follow up on what it's seen. This last glimpse...
We should have a talk.
Can I talk with you for a bit?
Catch a smile out there.
Excusez-moi.
Did you need something? You do not need to ask. All right then. All right then.
Yeah, what is it?
Never regretted coming out of retirement. Constellation's got the writ of the righteous. Keeps me...
I can't believe what happened. Andreja owes you her life. She knows that, right? But Andreja... I barely really knew her. Now I never will.
What are you talking about?
I, don't follow. But I agree about the monster bit. How are you holding up? Are you okay? I don't blame you. That Hunter bastard's gotta pay. Pay big time. I don't care if he's starborn
This is
and indestructible. We
another
need to
one of the
figure a
holes
way
in
to take him
Starfield,
down.
I believe.
Nobody messes with my family like that. You're right. We can take him. I just want you to know, I'm here for you. The only way we're gonna get through this is if we all lean on each other.
Oh, pardon me. Was that your stomach or mine?
Look, the fact that you risked your life to save me, Then I'll say it again, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I really wish I could... Our charter at Constellation has always been to analyze the unknown, but rarely at the Yet all the while, I've been cavalier about taking risks and pushing the boundaries, not appreciating the true cost of my actions. Well, of course. All of this is beyond anyone's understanding. Damn it! Why is this happening to us? We're explorers. Our curiosity pushes us to seek answers to life's mysteries. It's one of the core traits of humankind. Yet in return, this is what the universe throws at us. Beings from God knows where who are trying to murder us. Why? What have we done wrong? The question is, where do we go from? Do we stop exploring? Stop... I suppose you're right. Well, I suppose that's all I had on my mind for now. I'm sorry I got so angry. Thank you. Hearing you say that makes me feel a lot... Well, we have a long road... When you have a few moments, there's something I'd like to discuss.
We've always
Thanks for
considered
taking the
ourselves
time to
explorers,
talk.
but this
I
really
wanted...
is uncharted
When you
territory,
pulled it...
isn't
No, I don't think you understand. I know about... How did you feel in... Raw energy? I've never heard that one before. I shouldn't be surprised. The artifacts aren't exactly what you'd call normal. True. But hey, how else would you just... The artifacts are so different, so alien. And I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. Quite... Agreed. Unfortunately, there's no way that... Frustrating? It would be... I knew I picked the right person for the job. Look, I wanted to thank you for taking the time to talk. And I also wanted to say, well...
It's good to be out and about. Lives get stuffy sometimes.
I'd like to talk to you about something, when you have the chance.
You have my attention. Is that it, then?
Captain Michael, I have been idling.
You know what? We're gonna go assign him.
Again, who do you think will be the first to ask us questions? Mateo
Captain
or
Michael,
Noel?
may I be of assistance on I will go wherever.
Just kind of want to go to a different planet, right? Haven't done this one yet. Let's go do this.
It's so good.
Got any 45?
Now, you don't. Everyone needs supplies. Take a gander.
Oh. Wooden.
Okay, let's all just take a breath here. We all want to protect people from the Ash Tower. We're on the same side here.
The hell with that.
Do you got
Outlaws,
any 45?
Ashta, those bandits from the Shaw gang. You seem all right.
No.
Running the Low House is tough, but those times when we make a real difference, it makes it all worth it. Got a moment to hear about the Low House? It mean a lot to me and to others.
If you won't help Mark...
Good to know there's still some folks who can take an interest in the welfare of others. The Low House is a place where folks down on their luck can get a hot meal and a bed to sleep in. More importantly, they can do it with some dignity. No need to beg or steal. Everything's given with no questions asked, and no favors owed. I run the place. Have for years. But to do it, I have to rely on the kindness of others.
They're just people. If you don't want to help them, what about their little one, Liv?
Trying to, anyway. Look, I'll be honest with you. We get a little help from some other wealthier folks in the city. But it takes credits to provide for those in need. And I'm hoping you'll be willing to contribute. If you can spare a few credits...
Great, they want my money.
Do a lot of good. Thank you. I don't know if you believe in karma, but I do. I think you just earned yourself some. This means a great deal to me. Sincerely, thank you. This means a great deal to me. And you want to do some good for the city? Let me... This means a great deal to me and the community. Keep it up and we'll have to name something. Takes everything I've got to keep the Low House open. This means a great...
How much do I have to give for them to name something?
This means a great deal to me.
Who
and the community.
knows?
Keep it up and we'll have to name... Every credit card. This means a great... The Low House can only help the community because of generous... The weather has been good. So things are good. Ah. If you don't have a home when it gets cold or rainy, that's when it gets rough. This means a great... Running the Low House is... If you're serious, I'm drowning in work. Philbone Agricultural Systems feeds basically everyone in the stretch. Bless the Philbone brothers. But their latest IntelliWheat shipment is late. I'm not worried yet, but getting there. Could you ask Sarah Philbone
Let's go
what
find
the
it
hold
then.
is, very politely? This is a huge help. If there's anything you can do to speed up, I'll have more work.
Okay. So let's go do that. Would like to fast travel.
Whew. Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Yeah, I guess it's here in Aquila City. Oh. What is that? Gotta watch out, you'll break a leg here. Fall too far. Break a leg.
IntelliWheat is revolutionary. Why waste time with brewing when you can do so much good?
If you're here for West,
But please. Oh, sorry. Weston, that's my husband. Well, he's never been what I'd call a dreamer or a visionary. He's a practical man, good with ledgers and numbers. His brother Henry's the creative one, but he seems to have lost interest in growing the company, and now all he wants to do is brew beer. Vilburn Agricultural Systems could provide the whole of the settled systems with food, not just Aquila City. Seems those two are content to think small. Well, I wish you were the one I had to convince. Well, you didn't come here to hear me natter on. Anything else? I know, we're late. It's been this whole frustrating episode. Short version, the farming equipment outside the walls needs to be manually rebooted. But the guards aren't going to be able to send people to fix it for days. We're committed to helping the unfortunates on the stretch, but the Ashta are just too dangerous for us to send someone. You would do that? If you get it rebooted, I'll get the harvest going ASAP. We can get the wheat to Amira quick. I'll talk with my husband, but I'm
Let's
sure
go
we could
kill
arrange
some
payment.
Ashta.
You'd be helping our business too, after all. Just be careful. Ashta are very dangerous.
Oh, reboot it. Reboot.
Keep your nose clean. Last thing I want is
Hey, be careful.
Seriously, that's it? Only 2 of them? Hmm.
warn him about the Ashta? We got a big old sign. Danger. If they open up the gate and go out there, it's on their own head. But if they're far afield, they got no idea what they're in for. You want to warn them? You know I don't like talking to strangers. Then you chose a hell of a profession. Best you stay inside. If not, mind the danger sign. I'd recommend
will
staying
tear you
inside.
apart if you go wandering outside.
Ashta. Danger.
Terra Brew.
We don't get that. The emergency fund's empty. So please, that is good news. Oh, that makes sense. Aren't they outside the walls? Wait, you went outside the walls, didn't you? Please, don't risk yourself like that. If anyone got hurt working for the Low House. I hate to ask it, but this next errand should be safe. Easy. Everything runs on charity. And our benefactors, though kind, I think sometimes, well, get sick of seeing me. A new face may ease up the purse strings.
Well, you did just
or
send
at
somebody
least
out into the
save me
Ashta.
some errands. It's touch and go, sometimes. Pester too much, and they could turn their back on the project. Too little, and people suffer. So, the mayor, Elias Cartwright, has always been generous to us, but it's been a while since he... Raisha Lands is a huge benefactor. Laredo Firearms has been vital for us. Both of those are routine. More polite reminders, really. The last is a long shot, probably futile. But the Trade Authority is incredibly wealthy, and they have never ever donated to us. If you could convince Duncan Lynch to give us anything, heck, a single credit even, I'd consider it a victory. You are a breath of... Once you're done with that, come back to me.
Oh, goodness.
If you ever are down on your luck, our door is always...
Over there. Tourist?
Hopefully you're not so...
Let's go to the Trade Authority first.
If you are free soon, could we talk?
Aquila City is bustling.
So,
One of the busiest trade authority
we
branches in the
finally have all the answers. And yet here I stand, feeling like I understand even less than I did before. This talk of the unity of a multiverse? Dead friends appearing again? It is all simply too much. Does it? Perhaps you find all this satisfactory, but I am afraid I do not. We must take the word of a murderer and follow him into the Unity? What if it does nothing the Starborn have claimed? I wish I could share in that belief. Truly, I do. But I cannot. Even if everything the Starborn have said is true, if you pass into this Unity and come out in some other universe, look at who they are, and what they have become. They have the faces and voices of people you know, but are nothing like them. Are you not at all worried that the same fate would befall you? That you would become someone unrecognizable to the rest of us? Your conviction is impressive. I hope it is rewarded. We should get back to it. Now that we know what to work towards, there's no time to waste.
What brings you to the Trade Authority?
The Trade Authority has a firm policy of not getting involved in internal matters. We're neutral in all affairs of the governments of the Freestar Collective and the United Colonies. The Trade Authority's image is doing quite well already. I'm done discussing this matter.
Nice to have some civilized conversation.
The UC can't be that bad, can it?
Every
Keela's one
gun
of the
gets a
oldest
full
cities in the
Laredo
settled
guarantee.
systems.
Oh, so Amira has some help? Good. She's going to work herself into an early grave if she's not careful. Laredo Firearms prides itself in helping out all the residents of Aquila City. I'll send Justin over to deliver our monthly donation. You are quite welcome. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Yes, of course.
No 45. Dang it. What in the world?
Aquila City truly is the jewel of the Freestar Collective. Good to meet you, friend. Now, I've got a memory for... I make it a point to as the founder... You're more than welcome. As I'm sure you know, us folk in the Freestar Collective put great stock in human kindness and generosity of spirit. I like to think that's what sets us apart from our neighbors in the United Colonies. We don't rely on machines or bureaucracy. We rely on each other. I won't pry about what brought you here. That's all of your business and none of mine. However, I'd be more than happy to give you the scoop about the core. What day is it? Oh, shoot. I forgot. I'll send over my usual monthly donation to Amira. She truly is a wonder. And with the building project her and Mr. Tate are planning, there may be a day when the stretch is a distant memory. I don't expect an outsider to understand how Aquila City has been run for generations. Are we done? A genuine pleasure talking to you.
Is it?
The Cartwrights have been donating to the Low House for generations. Elias and Raisha both sent their No word from the Trade Authority. I like to believe everyone is capable of empathy and compassion, but people like... Some days are easier than... For example, because of you today is one of the days which gives me strength instead of sapping it. Sarah Philborn gave me these credits to give to you for your help with the farm. You more than deserve it. Those credits are from the grateful Philborns, not me. And I wouldn't take a single one. You've earned it. I have one more thing for you to do. But I hope it's more of a reward.
Maybe.
This is part of the Intellowit harvest. I'd like you to deliver it to Simone Jansen and her family. I want you to see the fruits of your labors.
You know, this just might be the,
My mother wanted me to be a...
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a jerk, but...
Amira
It's kinda
said to
boring.
expect you. This sweet ensures my family won't go to bed. I genuinely don't... You have no... Over here in Aquila, it's humbling to see regular people just look. On behalf of my family,
Regular people?
of my daughter,
I'm a Starborn.
you.
Okay. Sweet. At least we made some credits off of it. Alright, let's go to NASA. What do you think?
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
Vasco? Thought you weren't coming, bro.
Good day, Captain.
dangerously low temperatures here. Keep an eye on your vitals. This work would not have been done if the ship had not meant to launch. A shame. It seems the only thing lacking is power. With it, this elevator should still function. Whoever once used this room probably never could have imagined all that has happened since it was built.
Station log. Dr. Judith Station log. Dr. Station log. Dr. Judith Satien. I have never been so nervous since I defended my dissertation. 4 hours talking to Victor and his team about theoretical metals, atomic bonding, even a half-hour divergence into magnetism that I'm pretty sure was just to throw me off the trail of what we were actually talking about.
It would seem there is more here to explore. Shall we?
Got to see the lab. I don't know how much I should say, but the periodic table just
very proud of all that it accomplished. I suppose they had a right to be.
calculations came from.
There's something wrong with the math? I think it's quite straightforward.
That's not what I'm asking. We've had no success extracting even a sample of material from the object. No explanation for the gravitational effects. No motion graph to explain its harmonic frequencies. I can't even establish a melting point.
Judith.
But you had me building
Looks like
these
early
prototype
testing
colliders
for
for months.
planetary
And now you want me to
habitats.
pump helium-3 into it based on this
The
equation
looks
you've
on
written
their
on a
faces
goddamn
if you could
napkin?
show them all that we have learned.
Need you to trust me.
I have been trusting you. We keep slamming our heads against a brick wall, getting nothing. And you keep coming up with something new to try. Like, you know what's going to happen. Where are you getting your information, Victor?
I'm sorry, Judith. Look, not here, okay? Somewhere off base. I'll tell you everything. But I'm not lying,
Quite a range
okay?
of disciplines. But I must not be
We're
blind to
going
it.
to discover something important here. I promise.
Taking damage.
Best not to leave anything useful behind. Do you think Vasco would see his likeness in this model?
Project Log?
Project Log. Dr. Judith Tatian. I watched the gravjet tests from the moon today. It was the first time we were able to talk to the team at Nova Galactic directly. So many things were under wraps before, but now everyone wants all the publicity they can get.
The artifact.
I'm already seeing proposals for manufacturing androids of drives. Expeditions to Alpha Centauri and beyond. It's also overwhelming and worrying. It could take years, decades, before we know what all the side effects of operating a grav drive can be. But no one wants to hear that right now. Like a bunch of pioneers racing towards the edges of the frontier without knowing about the grizzly bears in the mountains.
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
I never actually got to visit your labs back when we were working on the grav drive project.
I know what I'm seeing, Victor. The data coming back from the satellites is very clear. It's the grav drives.
All those jumps from the moon. At this rate, Earth's atmosphere is going to start sputtering out into space. Can the drives be fixed? I'm working on some designs that should discreetly solve the problem, under the guise of an emergency update to the fueling pumps.
We're talking about the end of Earth, and you're trying to be subtle about it.
Judith, the last thing we need is people losing faith in grav drive technology. That might be our only option.
To what? Are you seriously saying we should abandon Earth?
The timeline is under 50 years. A blink of an eye for a planet, but more than enough time for a human exodus.
And what do we tell people?
We say it's an act of God, one that science has found a solution for. Time for humanity to take its place in the stars.
You knew, didn't you? You lied to me.
All
this time. I dedicated my life to this discovery, Victor. And you knew we were going to kill off our planet?
You haven't seen the future I've seen. There's an infinite expanse of promise out there. A meteor could hit Earth, a plague, another world war. Colonizing other galaxies secures humanity's future for all coming generations, across all time.
At the expense of our home.
Stop it, both of you. All that matters is building enough ships to get everyone off this planet. And we need to start now. I'll draft up a statement. We'll need to address the entire international community. I'm sorry, Judith.
There isn't a planet in this universe that will be far enough away from you, Victor. We are never speaking again after this is over.
My name is Dr. Victor Isa. And if you're listening to this, then you probably already know the truth. I was young when I first headed the retrieval team of an odd gravitational anomaly on Mars. But I kept what really happened that day hidden from everyone except one other person. Even she didn't believe me at first. But I have no reason to lie to anyone now, so I hope you'll accept this confession, whoever you are. When I touched the anomaly, I experienced 12 days of lost time. I met myself. He told me everything that has since come true. The grav drive equations, the tests on the moon, Earth's atmosphere sputtering away because of what we had done. But he also told me about a city thriving on a planet orbiting a distant star. Human culture, art, music, lifestyles evolving and shining brightly across all of space.
You've arrived on the surface of Earth. We need to discuss what you found. And it looks like other Starborn got here before us. So, you might have company.
Come then. Meet your death. Where have they gone? There you are. I will have your head.
Seems we are clear. Once again, we are triumphant.
Hear the music of the armillary is mine.
hope you can succeed at that before we are discovered.
Give up already.
Now that you have retraced Earth's destruction once again, do you feel any differently about it? Do you see how dangerous the artifacts can be in the wrong hands?
The emissary trying to guilt-trip you for all eternity. That's the true crime here. The artifact led to the grav drive, which led to the settled systems. Earth was a small price to pay.
Every grav drive in the settled systems was built on technology that came from an artifact that was discovered on Mars. But these early drives shook the gravity field surrounding Earth. Eventually, the atmosphere started to slowly sputter away into space. That's why Earth is uninhabitable. The artifact gave the scientists a greater understanding of time and space, but not the wisdom to see where that would lead.
The settled systems wouldn't exist without the artifacts, in other words. We owe what happened here in NASA a great debt. Assuming we weren't going to lose it anyway. War.
Don't you see? The power of the artifact forced humanity to this. How many would have chosen Earth? And what gave Victor Isa the right to choose for them?
Are you getting tired of hearing this yet? Because I know I am. Every universe, it's the same speech.
In the wrong hands, the power of the artifacts can make anyone a tyrant. That's why we watch over them. The only thing you're watching out for is yourself. Join me, old friend. We can collect the final pieces together.
Oh, no, you don't. You're not his old friend, remember? You're from another universe. Don't try to manipulate him. Disagree with me all you want, across every universe if you wish. But we don't always have to be enemies. Look at how far you've come.
Thank you.
Well, can't say I didn't try.
The buried temple. We'll be there.
You're lucky I'm a man of my word. I'll see you there.
Stay for a moment. We should talk through our next steps. We won't be able to go to the... We'll need to work with you. There's always a final... Expect anything and everything. Other Starborn, human mercenaries and defenses, alien creatures undermined.
Doot.
He and I made a number of agreements over the years, if you can even call them years at this point. We let him go. In exchange, he'll wait at the buried temple. You'll be able to prepare any way you can before then. I'll meet you in orbit above the buried temple. All of the other artifacts I'll be bringing...
A skill point available.
I find the
Attention,
interior of this
unidentified
ship
vessel.
comforting.
You have no faction markings or registered manufacturer. Please maintain course while we scan you. Assuming scans even work on whatever it is you're flying. Scan complete. You're cleared to land at New Atlantis. Please, enjoy your visit.
What is it? Yes, of course. I enjoy the conversation. Right. I do not spend as much time here as some of the others, but I appreciate that I was still given my own room.